U.S. Open. There's that backhand down the line from Coria. The problem for him on a hard court is that Agassi can take that ball early and can move him, and Coria's serve not really winning him too many cheap points. On clay, that's not a big a factor. There you go.
15.
If he can serve some spot serving like that, good pace on that serve, 108, he could have a chance in this match. Didn't take long for him to show that two-hander up the line, huh? I mean, this is a pretty serious shot here. Great balance Coria has, and he has that ability to take the ball on the rise, a la Andre Agassi.
Game, Coria.
Start, and pretty pumped up already, Coria.
First game.
Had a win here in the State of California in 2001.
It's amazing it took him so long to win one year. He'd been in 2 finals before this one, taking on his old rival, Pistol Pete Sampras. And Agassi reps it up the line. This was when was best of 5, right, Cliff?
Yeah.
Look at that. A scrambler. Who's that guy calling that match?
I don't know, but he knows what he's talking about. You can just tell it.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Oh, there it is. Arm there. 7-6, 7-5, and then he ran away with the 3rd set. 6 games to 1.
Boy, Agassi Sampras had some beauties. Hewitt, one of the last 2 years, went out early this year.
Love 15.
Yeah, Coria's come out with a very, very positive attitude here. Oh, that's tremendous right there. On the run. I mean, he's pumped up.
Love
Guillermo Coria. Look at this. Look how quick this guy is. And not just quick, but devastating with that forehand. He's juiced up.
6 points to 1. Nice defense there from Coria, the squash shot to keep him in that point. But Agassi starting to work him
15.
side to side.
Gil Reyes there, corner.
Dr. Farid on the right of your screen. Is the doc still your Davis Cup?
Not the Davis Cup doctor anymore. No, had a tremendous career with the Davis Cup. Yep.
15-30. Progressive Auto Insurance shot spot showing and confirming that's on the line. 30 all.
Andre getting himself out of a hole. 2 big serves.
Agassi holds 1 apiece. Tomorrow on ESPN will start at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Women's semi-final. Lindsay Davenport taking on Natalie Deschy of France. Men's quarterfinals to follow. Tim Henman, Andy Roddick. Don't miss that one. The Brits are going to be very excited. And Iraki Labatse and James Blake round out the afternoon.
Pretty nice looking lineup. Jerry Armstrong, speaking of Brits, in the chair. Shot spot confirming that call. Sort of key that first game there on Agassi serve, Cliff, the way he was able to come back, a couple of big serves, and as the match goes on, we'll see if Coria you know, when he gets down in a game, love 30 or 15-30, if he can get some cheap points, because that's where that spot serving comes in very handy.
30 love.
Two guys who are so well matched from the back of the court with their baseline games.
See whether Agassi is going to be able to take advantage of that serve of Coria's that is, gets the ball in play, but it's not that devastating. It backs it up well.
Good heat on that one, though. 119.
Coria holds 2-1. Players change ends. Agassi going to come. Guillermo Coria, named after Guillermo Vilas, famous Argentine player.
Love 15.
Good opportunity there. I mean, good chance taken, I think, by Coria to run around that second serve, take a good cut at it. Let's let Agassi know that he might take some chances. Ooh, that looked out. And Coria is upset about it. I don't blame him. It looked wide from up here. Let's see what Shot Spot says. Oh, good call. Just barely catching the line.
Edger.
And Coria saying it was wide, but you're wrong, big guy.
30-15.
40.
Got it.
He's still shrugging his shoulders over that.
Well, he can get a little whiny. He can get a little complainy out there, Coria. He's got to be careful. Yeah.
He's pointing to the mark, and I mean, it was close to out, but as you saw in Shot Spot, it was good.
He can get a little negative, Guillermo Coria.
Look out here for Agassi. Break point for Coria. Excuse me. Game point.
Oh, yes.
Not yet.
Oh, what hustle. Oh, that's some speed right there. Unbelievable foot speed to get this one right here. But Agassi keeps his awareness and knocks that second volley off.
2 all, first set.
2 all.
Could very well be the quickest guy on tour right now, Guillermo Coria.
Agassi qualified for his first ATP tournament when he was 15 in 1986 here in the desert. It was at La Quinta.
Yeah, he told us exactly who he beat and what scores.
In the qualifying.
Unbelievable.
I still can't get over that.
Yeah. I gave him the trivia question just for those of you who weren't watching a couple nights ago after his previous win. I said, Andre, do you remember who you beat in the first win you ever had here at this tournament? And I sort of started giving him a hint, and he said, "Oh, you mean the qualifying?" And I didn't even know. And he just literally rattled off the 3 names and the scores. And somebody came up to me on the ground today and said, "Was that a setup?" I said, "Absolutely not."
No, indeed.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes, that two-handed down the line.
Perfectly put together. He's pulling Coria wide with that cross-court backhand right there. He gets it short and cross, and then steps in, rips it.
Big pointed love 32-2 for a set. And a second serve.
To munch on this second serve. Yep, now Agassi, you know, that's what he does. Now he gets that position. He starts to press and press you, smother you.
14.
Coria feeling the heat. Most wins in this tournament's history. Three break points. Hello!
Only needed one.
Oh.
Players will change it.
Stand up, everybody. That's vintage.
3-2 with a break. Agassi will serve. Sparkling night here in the California desert as Andre Agassi draws first blood breaking serve in the last game of Coria's 3-2 now, and he will serve.
Couple of hairless heroes, huh? Agassi, 58 titles. Michael Jordan did all right. Marvelous Marvin Hagler, Mark Messier. 2 Stanley Cups. Didn't he win get a few more than that when he was with Edmonton? I know he won 1 with my New York Rangers, but you might have to check that out. Edmonton Oilers. 4 or 5 with them.
That's long. Agassi serving with a break. Better atmosphere at night, just like there is at the US Open in a way, because pretty much everybody's in this stadium because there are no outside court matches going on.
Beautiful dipper there from Coria. And Agassi quickly in a hole.
14.
Break points against him.
And give Coria some time on the pass, and won't necessarily hit it cleanly by you, but he's got such great control. Dip that one down at Agassi's feet.
That one goes long, and we're even. 3-3. Traded breaks. Last couple of games.
A couple of unforced errors from Agassi gave Coria that love 30 lead quickly, and the young Argentine capitalizes.
Andre Agassi from Las Vegas. Can't be more than a couple of hours drive from here. It's only a couple from LA, isn't it? And we're 2 hours and just a little bit from LA here at Indian Wells. So close to home for Agassi. He and Steffi bought a house in Tiburon near San Francisco. But for one reason or another decided to sell it, which they did shortly after buying it. He is so involved in
The community, the city,
yeah.
15
His
school and his foundation and his company there. He's Mr. Vegas. Come on.
15 all.
Good fight off there by Coria. Good return from Agassi, but Coria getting that forehand deep with some top spin on it. And if you can push Agassi off the baseline, get the ball up high on him, you can give him some trouble.
40-15.
Game point, Coria.
Darren Cahill there, Agassi's coach for the last couple of years.
And a couple of good horses. He had Leighton Hewitt before Agassi.
Helped Leighton Hewitt become the youngest player ever to finish #1 in the world.
And Coria.
Good bounce back by Coria.
4 change fees.
2 in a row. As you take a look at Philip Agassi, that's Andre's brother. He's here. Doesn't used to travel with Andre all the time. Now not quite so much. He lives near San Diego. 4-3 on serve. Agassi will serve when we come back.
Let's.
Agassi serving, trailing 3-4. He got the first break, then was immediately broken back. So on serve.
That's a great angle there, Coria. That's his control. And he
15.
knows how to use the court so well. Agassi, a bit of a rut right here in these last couple of games. A lot of unforced errors from Agassi.
Coria's run last year in the clay of
15
Europe is
all.
unbelievable. Monte Carlo lost the final to Juan Carlos Ferreira. He won Hamburg. In fact, the 4 semi-finalists, they were all Argentines. And then in the summertime, he won Stuttgart, Outdoor, Kitzbühel, and Sopot.
Those 3 tournaments in a row, didn't lose a set. Oh, that's beautifully done. He uses that shot all the time on the clay. You have to be real smart about when to use it on this fast surface.
15-13.
And that's a very good time as he had Agassi on full stretch and just comes under the ball, taking time away from his opponent. Very, very cagey.
And a big point at 15-30. Andre Agassi now so
30 all.
much a family man. He has 2 kids. He and his wife Steffi pursued her for years. He says finally was able to convince her to become his life's partner.
Still trying to catch up, he said, in the Grand Slam department. He's only got about 14 to go. 22-8. Oh, nicely done. Agassi with a quick strike.
And a game point.
40-13.
Got it.
But
oh, can't quite get under it.
Agassi holds. Boy, this is going to be some match.
This is going to be fun. Get the running shoes on, everybody.
You just feel it. Watch.
Dips across court. Does well. Keeps that relatively low.
4 games all.
Can't quite nudge that one over.
Famous couple, this Agassi and Steffi. I'm not sure how famous Steffi wants to be. I think she just as soon Live a relatively quiet life, but there's People magazine and that great. Look at how happy do they look.
Andre's been entertaining the guest over at the hotel where we're staying, La Quinta Resort and Spa, and he brings his little son, comes out on the court with him, and people get a real treat, and they get to, and he entertains everybody with his kid in his practice session.
$15 love.
Oh yes, there's that two-hander again.
30 love.
Not enough on that return from Agassi, and Coria shows he can take that first strike as well. $30 love.
Oh boy. There, you talk about first strike. Hello. And right on top of that one, and just check where he is when he hits it. I mean, when he was a kid, his dad would not let him back up off of that baseline. His dad was a teaching pro.
Oh, that is...
That lob will go.
Yes.
Oh,
Brilliant.
from both.
I thought that slice was going wide. It also like Agassi stopped for a second, but boy, did he keep his composure. Look at this slice, short. Coria does well to control it. And the topper.
You just have the sense that they are both going to play well. You talked about the conditions here, Patrick. They could not be better. There's no breeze. The sun's gone down. Perfect conditions. And the recognition that the other guy's not going to go away, and that only the best tennis will win this match.
And Agassi, he's gone from third to fifth gear. And just because of what you said, Cliff, he realized that he had to put a little extra on each shot, a little more purpose. And the last 3 points have just been phenomenal play from Agassi.
Break point Agassi 4-4 first set.
This is what he lives for now. This is why he's still out there, to test himself in these moments.
Test for Coria. 2. Fault second serve. Agassi has broken. Remember, he broke before. Was immediately broken back. This time he's serving for the first set. 5-4. We're live. Andre Agassi leading 5-4. It's been some good stuff out there. Been 3 breaks to serve. Andre's got a couple. As a look at Mark Miles on the left of your screen. He's the head honcho ATP Tour, and next to him, Charlie Passerelle. At one time, #1 player in the USA. And now the impresario. He owns this event with his partner, the indomitable Ray Moore.
Look at Agassi. Look at the way. What a lesson for everybody out there. The way he gets up to this ball. Quick feet, even though it's high. Watch the way he pounces on this ball. He sees it. He gets out of the way of it quickly. Sets himself up and just drills it. As he picked up his level in the last 5-7 minutes, Andre Agassi.
That sails. 15 all.
15 all.
Moore and Passerelle, just by the way, earlier in this week before the tournament, or before our shows began anyway, said would be kind of nice. We'll take whatever we get, but it'd be kind of nice to have Federer and Roddick and Blake still in at the end of this tournament. So far, they've got their wish.
What about Agassi?
And Agassi, of course.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Oh, yes. Up the ante. And just
15,
both
30.
continuing. Well, you got that. Let me show you what I got.
Now that's going for broke. That's a winner, but it's over the high part of the net. It's risky, and that's why it's a winner. Second serve, huge point, 15-30. At that stage of the match, that netted backhand from Coria is a gift. Set point Agassi.
14-30.
Well, I said that I call it spot serving because neither of these guys do you expect to hit a lot of aces, but that was a spot serve. Ace number 4, 30 all serving for the set.
That's just so together as Andre puts that one away down the line. Coria kept himself in that point with a squash defensive shot, but Agassi was unfazed, and it's Agassi who has won the first set. This is good stuff, everyone. Stay right where you are. Set 2 is coming up. Well played first set, won by Agassi 6-4.
Very well played. And, you know, when we talk about the percentage player that Andre Agassi has become, this is one example. This is where he's returning serve in the ad court. And look how he's just going cross court, playing the percentages, getting me back with good depth every single time. Just going to work and sending the message to his opponent that I'm going to work, and are you willing to go to work? Because more often than not, Agassi can outwork you. And I would guess to say that despite the fact that we didn't have shot spots back in the day, that Agassi probably was a little more all over the place with his direction on the return of serve in the early days. So there's another one. I mean, that's another, it's an aggressive return, but it's a percentage return because he's going back cross court, but he's putting his opponent under that pressure constantly. There's another one.
So easy to see and to analyze a match from Agassi's standpoint. But this is an important time for Coria.
Well, Agassi making very few unforced errors in the last 4 or 5 games. He had 8 early in the set, converting on both his breakpoint opportunities. A couple more aces for Agassi, which came at opportune moments.
Well, yes, steers that one down the line, 15-30. I say that this is an important moment for Coria because Agassi with an early break could run away with it.
And pressure taking its toll on Coria. Great return from Agassi, again cross court in the forehand. Beautiful length on that shot, forcing the error.
That's too good. That touch there at a really important stage. Question the strategic move there, but it worked just fine.
And he knows when to do it, doesn't he? And again, he had Agassi off balance with this shot right here. And then he steps in, takes it early.
Break point still for Agassi.
Huge.
A big turnaround game for Coria. Really, that drop shot that he played. 15-40. It was huge. Game point.
Cheers. Advantage Coria.
Coria camp there. His new coach, Fabian Blangino, who just got married in December. His wife, Carla, there. Was coached by one of the great Argentine players, Alberto Mancini, until December in the split.
First game of the second set, but it's a big one. Agassi had a couple of break points in this game.
Advantage Coria.
Game point.
Misfiring with a few of those forehand returns in this game, Agassi. Almost catching the ball actually looks like a little too early.
Game, Coria.
Coria holds in an Ardennes early today against Svetlana Kuznetsova of Russia, and they played well. You know, it started out, Patrick, like it was going to be all in Ardennes, and then it turned around.
Well, yeah, she got off to a quick start, didn't she? 4-love, 5-1, but Kuznetsova is the only player that's beaten the world #1 this year, and an Ardennes serving here. Using that improved forehand, of course, the backhand, the thing of beauty. Kuznetsova, very, very tough, but in Ardennes, a little too tough, winning at 6-4, 7-5.
Kuznetsova is going to be in the top 10 within the next 2 years, Patrick, for sure.
Next 2 years.
Yeah.
She's already 12 when you rank in the seeds here, so
you put your money on continuing.
maybe in the next 2 weeks. Meskina and then Davenport against the Frenchwoman Nathalie Deschy.
that will be our first match tomorrow, the Lindsay Davenport
15 left.
Deshi match. Women's draw decimated by the non-entry of the Williams sisters and injury to Capriati.
$15 all.
Got to do more with this return than Coria did. Way too short. Agassi jumps on it.
Here, game point for Agassi, down one game in the second set. Nicknames for Gemma Coria, El Maggio, which is magic, or Chino, which is Chinese. I don't know where they get that. I understand the magic, but remember they used to call Rios Chino right. Also.
It's a South American thing, maybe.
I guess. Game point Agassi.
He's got some of the magic with his racket in his hands that Rios has.
No doubt.
Right there.
Flip the line. Boy, that's a nice change of pace and direction. A little slice there from Agassi, but
almost looked like he was so casual on this. I thought he was taking it for granted, but he shows the feel. I mean, he really didn't even get down to that ball, but I guess when you have his hands, you don't. Sometimes you don't have to.
Game point for Agassi.
Oh, yeah. No! Oh. Completely misjudged that one.
What was that? Should have let it go a little too long. He had this one made. Now he ambles in and gives Coria time to get back to the middle of the court. A mistake that a net rusher would not make. Back with a big one wide of the forehand. Game point Agassi again.
Advantage Agassi.
Agassi holds on, one game all, second set. Saturday, NHL on ABC features some regional action as teams battling for a playoff position. Certainly not my Rangers, but the Flyers will be. And the Blues and the Stars as well. Check local listings for the game in your area. NHL on ABC Saturday at 3 o'clock Eastern, noon Pacific.
Energy in that first serve, able to
15.
Get up to 114 miles an hour there for Coria. Probably quite similar in a way, these two in the serving departments. Agassi maybe got a little better What do you call it? Shot serving?
Spot serving. Well, he's got more juice on his serve consistently.
Oh
yeah, that was good hustle. No, can't run that one down. Well, Guillermo Coria he says that Agassi's his hero, and he should take a lesson from Agassi in the serving department, because what Andre's been able to do later in his career is develop such strength in his legs and his lower body that his serve has become very reliable, and his second serve is very effective. Coria's second serve is weak right now, and it hurts him on this surface. Oh, yeah.
First strike return. Look out. 15-30.
And Agassi, you know, that one was down the line, that return, but that's taking what the server gives you, because he stretched him wide with that serve. That's the time to surprise your opponent with a down the line one.
Pressure is on Coria right now. Agassi, a couple of break points. He's had break points already in this set, 2 of them. No breaks yet.
Andre's brother there, Phil Agassi, as you mentioned, Cliff used to be on tour a lot with Andre in Andre's early days. Now, living with his family in Southern Cal, and of course Andre's coach there, Darren Cahill. Another break point for Agassi. Oh boy, did he scurry in quickly there to knock off that volley.
Just a good move. He saw he had the approach shot nailed and closes the gap out of Ben Rosewall of years gone by. 2-1 Agassi with a break in the second. Setting the break for Andre Agassi, serving here 2-1.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's beautifully controlled and measured there by Coria. Great court coverage.
Love 15.
Tips this one, and then again the backhand down the line there. 5 backhand winners for Coria in the match.
Relatively easy for a guy like Andy Roddick to get a lot of winners because of his power and the way he juices up things on the serve. But these two, even from the baseline, had more winners than unforced errors. 12-11, 14 and 11 for Agassi.
Particularly when you consider how well both of these guys are moving and covering the court. Those are phenomenal numbers.
15-13.
Constant pressure on both players, because the first bad swing, you pay the price.
Yep, that's very smart. That time Coria moved back on that second serve, and he created the angle for himself. Right here, the second shot, pulling Agassi wider, and then the easy forehand.
Break points. similar situation the first set. Break the serve by Agassi, and then immediately Coria breaks back.
Good bounce back from Guillermo Coria.
Love.
2 of the top
15 all.
5 players in the world. And Agassi doesn't play that much. He's still at number 5 in the world as his team, his support team watches.
He's only played one other tournament since the Australian Open. That was San Jose, losing to Marty Fish. It's the biggest single win of Marty's career over Agassi in 3 sets. Then a couple weeks off. He was entered in Scottsdale, which was a tournament just before this. Pulled out of that one. Oh, that is just talent right there. Because the drop shot was not well played this time. He was behind the baseline. Agassi was there in plenty of time. But, I mean, the ability to control that two-hander on the dead run and flick it.
It's the clay court's sensibility.
An easy hold for the young Argentine.
3-2. Coria leading now in the second, but on serve. Agassi to serve when we come back. Agassi trailing 2-3 in the second set. First set to Agassi 6-4. He got the early break here in the second. Coria immediately broke back. This is for a place in the semi-final to play was number 1 Roger Federer.
Agassi, you know, wants to ball kids in the exact same positions all the time. It's a quirky sort of thing that you want that, but hard to explain why, but why is that? But I think he wants the ball boys and to go back and not, you know, stay in the same position.
You know, he's the kind of man, and this is the truth, and I think you know him well enough to know this, that his socks and his shoes and everything in his room is properly placed.
Very particular.
You know, guys, like I know you're not one of them, but there are people like that. And that's the kind of...
Like, organized.
Yes.
Okay. That makes sense.
Game point.
He's certainly meticulous in his planning and plotting on the tennis court and his training regimen.
Well, just an exchange for that.
Full change.
Take a look at these forehands here from Agassi. I want to educate you to why this is such a special shot. First of all, on this return to serve, look how short the swing is. You see that? Look at that. That's hardly any swing in that. That enables him to get the ball back. Now, this one is the second one. It's going to take a little bit longer. Where does he generate the power? Whoa, slow. Stop it right there. Do you see how at this point the racket is about parallel with the ball? He's not dropping it below the ball and then coming up and over it with a lot of topspin. Let it go through. See that? Bam, right through it. so the power is generated by that, relatively speaking, lack of topspin.
Very nice, but acceleration through that ball.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. Oh!
Now I want to hear what that part
Play
says about that
could
one.
be play of the day right there. Top 10. Top 10 in Sports Center. Come on. Crowd loved him, and this ball was going quickly too, and he still controls it.
Love 15.
That's a top 10er.
Yeah, except if it's one of your chickens who's playing Davis Cup for you, you get mad if he does the tweenie like that. Love 15, big point. Yeah, that's just well positioned and executed. I guess every point at this stage of the
15.
match is big. It's 3-3, second set, first set. Agassi had to take a place in the semi-final and a meeting with Federer. Federer had another easy one today over Chela, 2-1. Speaking of your chickens, when do you make your team selection this week?
13.
Well, the deadline is Tuesday, a week from Tuesday, which will be during the second week of the NASDAQ.
So you've got a little while still. All.
30 all.
He's got some frequent flyer miles since the Australian Open. Played Davis Cup, that was in Morocco, won both there. Week off, went back to Buenos Aires, won that. Went to Marseille when we weren't down in the second round indoors, and Dubai outdoors. So he's moved around, and not just moved around, but surface to surface. I mean, you go from outdoor play in South America, indoor fast courts in Europe, then to the Middle East to play outdoors.
Well, he started in Australia.
Yeah.
Game point.
Game, Coria.
Coria holds, little difficulty, but he's in front. 4-3, second set. For first set to Agassi, Coria with a 4-3 lead. We're on serve. They've traded early breaks in the second. Agassi to fire.
Let's test this. Let's test this. Love.
Oh, yes. Good 1-2 combination, Agassi with the wide serve. Do that to both sides. The ability to take that ball early and just hit it to the opening.
Great atmosphere down there on this court.
There's Carla, wife of Guillermo Coria, married at the end of December.
apiece in the second set.
4 games all.
3 more days of coverage from this Great Pacific Life Championship. Tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern Time, semi-final women's singles. Davenport de She. She's number 19. She's from France. Then continue with Henman Roddick. It's going to be the big feature tomorrow. It'll be live from the desert. And then Labatsi versus Blake. We'll follow that. Full day's tennis. Night match tomorrow will be Justine Enarden and Anastasia Messina.
Second ace in the match there from Coria. Nope.
30 love.
Let's say one misfire, one mishit, and you're in serious trouble. Look at this clean winner. Slight mishit on the return from Agassi. Ball comes back a little puff ball. Good night.
Puff balls definitely don't get it done right now, but no puff balls.
5-4 Coria, Agassi to serve.
5 games to
We
play.
come back live here to the Pacific Life Open. 15 love Agassi, 5-4.
15 love.
Coria leading in the second set. First set going to Agassi. There were 3 breaks. He got 2 of them. Won it 6-4.
Second double from Agassi. Oh yeah. Comes right back, regains his focus. Good first serve deep, and then steps into that forehand.
Covering a little territory now, the Argentine. Agassi moving him around.
40-15.
Point for 5-5 second set.
Agassi holds on. Safeway International LPGA Tour. The brightest stars will be there. C. Ray Pack, Michelle Wee. At the Superstition Mountain Golf and Country Club in Arizona for the Safeway International, presented by Coca-Cola, 1 o'clock Eastern. On Friday on ESPN, moves over to ESPN2 Saturday at 4:30, and then ESPN will have final round coverage Sunday at 5. As always, you can log on to ESPN.com for more info.
Love 15.
Now, part of the reason that Coria feels the pressure It's because of this, where Agassi is taking those second serve returns as the black balls of yellow the first serve. That constant pressure is on the Guillermo Coria serve. And this is where oftentimes the pressure can pay off.
He has started out poorly in this game, and it's huge. 5-5, love 15 second serve.
Oh, yeah. It worked early, but as I said, you've got to play that dropper to perfection on this surface because it pops up higher, and Agassi gets there and flicks it. And he knew he had to put some extra pace on this because Coria was there. Look at those wheels from a man about to be 34.
And he's loved 30 in this game. Huge opportunity. Let's see how Coria responds. This is crisis time for him.
And another second serve for Agassi. Oh, that's opportunistic right there. First time he's come in behind the return. That's a veteran play. Agassi immediately, he's coming in, no doubt. And then he comes up with the eyedropper.
Oh, yeah, that was an eyedropper. You know, he's got the strategic play. He's still got to make the shot. Break point. Got it. That's long.
Oh. That's very close calls. Agassi had that lined up just over the baseline.
Saves two. Agassi's still got to break points. A lot like the first set, actually, because Agassi got the first break and then was immediately broken back. And then when it got to 5-4, or at least 4-all, he broke. And then served it out.
Just too many body blows right there. Suffocating the young Argentine.
And Agassi gets the break his serve. He will serve for the match in a place in the semi-final, meeting with Roger Federer when we come back. Got that drama of a night match here, and it has lived up to its billing. Andre Agassi at number 5, Guillermo Coria at number 4 in the world, and they've played like it. This is Agassi serving for the match. Love 15, the statistics for the winners to unforced errors. For Agassi, 22-18. For Coria, 20-12. Well played match.
And again, another excellent serve from Andre Agassi. Big point, down love 15, serving for the match. Oh, again, Agassi.
You can say it again, opportunistic.
Yeah, but getting in quickly. He sets it up, though. He was so patient throughout that point because he had a couple of chances to take a rip, but he decided not to. Waited, took that one sharply angled, and snuck in.
So the sneaky one has got a 30-15 lead in this game. He's serving for the match. 2 points away.
Really using all of that guile, isn't he, Agassi?
Yep.
Just at the right time. Another good serve. And that really has been a key, as I thought it would be. The ability of Agassi to hit those solid first serves under pressure.
Match point.
Oh, that finishes it off just nicely. That's a heck of a win right there. Yeah, take a deep breath, because that was some good stuff.
This nearing 34-year-old from